So my small group presentation that I'm doing with my group is going to be about climate change. My small group members were Kush Kumar, Cole Stout, Asian Dean, and my name is Heavenly Mouton. So climate change, from shifting weather patterns to threatening food production to rising sea levels. I'm going to ask you a series of 3 questions, and you just answer them as truthfully as possible to yourself. Do you know what climate change is? How would you prevent climate change? And do you know how serious climate change is now and for our future? All right, and slide 2 is going to be the thesis statement about climate change and why is climate change important today in our society and how we can improve that. The purpose of our presentation about climate change is to inform you all how humans are overwhelming the climate change documents, both current impacts and significant costs and extraordinary future risks to society and natural systems. Someday someday the world won't be the same if we keep doing what we're doing today. So we need to take action and stop climate change. So in our picture below, by describing it, you can see how things were, and by the gases that we release in the air from the fossil fuels, this is what it is now or becoming. And then climate change is very important because it can help others understand and have an impact about global warming, encourages changes, people's attitudes and behaviors towards it, and create climate literacy, which is an impact on the climate and impacts of climate on human systems. And lastly, adapt to climate change trends. So according to climatenasa.gov, that we got our information from, the causes and effect of climate change. So some causes are rising greenhouse gases and emissions, increased use of fossil fuels, and burning fossil fuels released into our atmosphere, which we're breathing, and it's also killing our ozone layer. And effects: intensified natural disasters, rise in sea levels, more natural disasters, more intense wildfires and droughts, which are now happening more and more as the rise in the climate increases. And then human and animal health are declining because of our atmosphere from the climate change and everything. And then slide 4, which is about Lafayette, Louisiana stats and how we could prevent climate change. So I did a survey of 50 people in Lafayette, Louisiana, and what they knew about climate change. 90% knew what climate change was. 72% knew how serious climate change was today and in our futures. 68% knew examples of climate change. And 95% said they would make changes in their daily life to prevent climate change. And on the other side is various ways to prevent climate change according to NRDC.org about climate change. You can reduce your water waste. You can reduce your carbon profile. Eating better, like eating plants and everything, is better than eating meat. Use less energy in your house by unplugging, like turning the lights off. Using less energy by unplugging in the house, like turning the lights off, and using less water, and unplugging your phone. Instead of using separate cars, like if there's 5 people in your house, maybe using one car can reduce fossil fuels that we release into the air, and we only have a certain amount of fossil fuels that we can use, like oil and gas. And then by speaking up, and the best thing you can do is by speaking up and inform others about climate change. By talking to your peers and maybe talking to strangers, it can help you. It can help us, and it can help you prevent climate change now. And it could be better for our future kids in the world. And slide 5 is the references that we use. And then this is how the earth used to look, and then this is how it's gonna look now because of us and climate change. It may not seem like much, but in 2019, that was the hottest year that was ever, well, it was the second hottest year that was ever recorded. Temperatures rise 2.7 degrees, and now we need to start making changes. You can cut it. You can cut it.